What's up, guys? This is Coach Mike from Peak Athletic Development, and just wanted to shoot a quick video on fundamental techniques in handling people. These are just a few quick tips that are going to help you with member relations. So if you run an intro program or an on-ramp program, these are just a few quick tips to help you make a better first impression. So the first point I want to make is understanding someone's values. So when you first have a first meeting with somebody, you need to understand why they're there, what it is they are trying to obtain, and why. So if you skip over this step and you have people in your classes who you don't really know why they're there, you know they want to get fit, but you don't really understand why they want to get fit and what fitness really means to them. So if that happens, when you are dealing with them and you're speaking with them, maybe you're trying to get a point across, maybe you are trying to get them to do something that they're having trouble with, there may be some things lost in translation. You may not get the desired effect because you don't really understand the place that they're coming from, and they don't really understand the place that you are coming from as well. So a quick example of that is if you are trying to get somebody to breathe better on aerobic pieces, let's say, and they have a lot of trouble. Maybe specific movements that give them trouble. It could be burpees, it could be box jumps. You need to understand why they are training so that you can relate the training you're doing inside the gym to how it's going to make a profound effect outside of the gym. So maybe their highest value is their kids or their family, and they are a little bit overweight, and they have young kids who are very energetic and playful. Being able to improve their breathing and their aerobic capacities is going to help them have a better time with their kids, be able to play with them longer, not get winded so fast, and make their life better outside the gym. For the people that are trying to be competitors, that's a different story. But once again, if you understand their values, you can relate what you're doing to what they're trying to get to. There are a few different programs or what's the word I'm looking for? Things you can look up online that will help you understand how to address someone's values, how to find what their values are, and this process will help them improve, and it will show them that what you are doing is above what a lot of other people are doing out there. So if you can get this step down, you can take yourself from being a regular coach or gym and catapult yourself to being so much better because you understand why every single person in the gym, why they're there. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is don't ever criticize, condemn, or complain. So like I was saying, these first impressions that we have, these intro classes, these on-ramps, you are just getting to know people. So there are a lot of athletes and people coming from different backgrounds. We have the runners, we have the bodybuilders, we have the powerlifters, and the mainstream CrossFit HQ kind of message that's being sent to a lot of these groups is that we're better. There's this type of essentially a elitist type attitude that comes off very snarky, and this really only just creates resentment. So when you have people coming to you who are a runner, right? You don't want to express to them how what they were doing is wrong or that it was bad, because really that's just going to kind of make them push you away and really not understand what you're trying to help them do. They're going to shut off, right? Because you're basically telling them, you know what? Everything you've been doing in the past is just bad, and that's just not gonna allow them to open up to you. So what I like to do when I get these types of people is explain to them how what they've been doing is going to make CrossFit easier for them. Or maybe you don't do CrossFit and you just have a fitness program. You can relate what they have been doing to what you do and show them how it's going to make their life easier because they were a power lifter and they're a lot stronger. So the squatting, the deadlifting, the benching, the overhead work is going to be a lot easier to them, and they might progress faster with that stuff, and they'll get that stuff down quicker. Same thing with the runner. You're going to show them how their aerobic capacity is excellent, and that's going to help them breathe and be able to complete these workouts a lot easier. And same thing with a bodybuilder. You know what? They might have some dysfunction going on. They might have some issues that might make CrossFit harder, but you can show them once again how them being stronger and understanding their body, how it's going to make what you're doing inside your gym easier for them. So if you are expressing how what they were doing isn't the best, or they're not, they were a bodybuilder, so it's not functional, or you're a powerlifter, so you're deconditioned, or you're a runner, so you're skinny and weak. If you're telling that to somebody, you have to think about this if you're at like a party, right? So those intro classes are like when you're talking to somebody at a party. You don't really know them, you're not really feeling them out, and everybody just kind of talks about what they do. And if you were to tell them, oh, you run and you do triathlons, so you're skinny and weak, they're going to be like, this dude's an asshole, and I'm either going to disagree with him and I'm not going to talk to him, and that's going to be it. So if you're doing that inside your gym, you're in a professional setting, so people aren't going to just straight up be like, you know what, you're an asshole, dude. So they're going to close off, they're not going to listen to what you're saying, and they're probably not going to come back. So if you are criticizing, condemning, or complaining, and that complaining part is basically for people coming in, if you are talking about how CrossFit is very, challenging, or it's terrible, or what we do in here is really hard, you're going to create a preconceived idea about how it is. And CrossFit already has such a big misconception about what it is and what we do that you're only going to progress that further. So it's not a great idea. You want to express how what we're doing this is going to help them become a better person. So same thing, you could tie that into their values, but it's really, you can change your words to, this stuff is hard, this is terrible, these workouts are grueling, to, you know what, you're going to come out a better person at the other end of these workouts, right? You're saying the same thing, but you're expressing it in a better light. So that is point two. The other is giving honest and sincere appreciation to the people that are coming to you. So you basically want to create a better environment and give off a better presence to everybody that you're working with. So two biggest ways that I do this is smiling, right? When you come into contact with somebody, if you show a big smile, right, and you're like, hey, what's going on? How we doing? Blah, 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 all that superficial type stuff in the beginning. Even if that is superficial, you're going to express to them that you appreciate them being there, that you're happy that they are there, and that you're happy that you are there working with them. So that is one big way. And no matter if you're having a bad day or if it's a great day, you should always have that smile on. You don't have to be fake. I'm not saying always smile and, give this fake kind of look, because that's not a good thing either. But you should be showing appreciation towards the people that are paying you money. So one of the other ways that I do this is I pay compliments to people. Every class that I have, try to do it at least once, and upwards of like 3 to 5 times. You don't want to be too fake, obviously, and you don't want to just try to compliment people. But if you see something that should be rewarded with a compliment, do it. If you see somebody coming in with brand new gear and brand new shoes, let's say, I always compliment people on their shoes and their clothes, because it's going to reassure them that they feel good. They're coming to your gym and they just bought some brand new stuff, they're feeling good, they're ready to hit this workout, right? And then you pay them a compliment, they're going to feel even better. You're going to take that up a little bit so that they are really enjoying their time there. I usually do this too when classes are quiet and people aren't really talking, there's not too much going on. I try to just give out good vibes to people, and in hopes that it's going to come back to me, and it usually does. So that is two different things that I do. The third would be paying compliments to people on their looks, if that is their goal. So people that are, starting to get stronger or trim up, you want to express to them that all that hard work that they're doing is paying off. They might not really see it, and you know how some people pay attention to the scale a lot, and they might see their weight is, they lost a pound, they've been doing it for a month. Excuse me. You want to really show them that their hard work is paying off. If you see a difference in them, if you see their weights increasing, you see them getting stronger, you see them getting a little bit better at breathing and getting through workouts, you want to just express that to them, whether you take them to the side, whether you say it out loud, whether you just pass a small comment. That is going to pay off big time. So those are just 3 quick things that you can do to make your first impressions better and the existing relationships that you have with people a little bit better. It's just going to take your interpersonal relations up one notch. So I hope that stuff helps, guys. Done.